the time of the night where we get to know our featured artist a little bit. He's been waiting patiently and quietly over here in the virtual green room. So when I'm going to give Rob just a second to change over the shots. And we're going to be listening to, okay, so I got to tell you first before I bring him in, I chose the wrong song. So I highly encourage you all to go listen to Cam B's music on Spotify. All of it's really, really, really cool. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here as a featured artist. One of those artists that submits his music, and instantly when I heard it, I pretty much emailed him back and asked him to be on. So, and that was a few months ago. So Cam B, thank you for being here. Camovement, what's your website? Camovement.com?
Yeah, it's just camovement.com.
Camovement.com.
Yeah, thank you for having me here too.
Yeah, man, thanks for being here on time and being patient. It's been kind of a little weird night as far as getting set up and everything. But so this is where I want you to give your elevator pitch, as I call it. If people, asked you what you do, tell us what you do. And since we're listening to the 7 or, listening to your new album, just tell us briefly about what your album, is to you and stuff like that. And we'll check out 7 and we'll come back, get deeper with Dave.
Okay. I think I'm a bit of a Renaissance man. I do film, music, DJ, do photography, do a lot of different things. So I would say that. And the album, it's really like a new age soul album. I collaborate with a lot of artists here in Chicago. I mean, there's definitely elements of hip hop, like the song 7 that we're gonna hear, but there's also like funk and soul and jazz and house, all incorporated into 7 Steps to 7.
I noticed that. Cool. Yeah, I noted one thing before we listen. One thing I noticed is like there's tons of people on every single one of your songs, so that's definitely awesome, like collaboration and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of friends of mine. So
yeah, of course. All right, so cool. So out of Chicago, we're gonna listen to Cam B and his song 7, and we'll be right back. Get deeper with Dave. Share this video out. Let us know what you think in the comments, and hit it, Rob.
Seem so innocent, man-made miss made my mental more dissident. Mind on melody, my heartbeat an instrument. Found my genesis at the end of it. Word to my son Genesis, I remember it like yesterday. Yesterday I felt your spirit over me. Was too blind to see your mama start hating me. Between love is a thin line. Life is like a movie, but you can't rewind. In a city where it's so hard to see signs. In the stars see signs for my car's caught. Driving down the street, listening to Curtis. There's a hell below, then it's got us all nervous. If they're selling soul, then I like to make a purchase. Cause these coupons to save it didn't work in Sunday service.
There's no going back, gotta pick up all the pieces to on and on. There's no going back, gotta pick up all the pieces to on and on. If I could take it back and save it, but for now I gotta move on and on. There's no getting back.
And I say, yeah, mama told me keep your head up. This world let you down, don't you let up. If you ever fall, baby, get up. Ballin' on a budget, see the way my bank account is set up. They say I'm hungry, but I'm fed up. See, we been fighting a good fight for a long time. Finally in the front and found you been in the wrong line. No wonder why we pissed off, how we get this far. Shooting for the stars, still waiting for lift off. They say that I'm too great for that. Mama, I'ma pay you back. Mama, I'ma make it out when most don't even make it back. Told me if I want it by your head, baby, pray for that. The past is too late for that. Get past, ain't no changing that. Pain when you play it back. Trying to face fears. Face the truth about the face inside the mirror. Spent years fighting back, got you fighting back tears. But thank God you're still here.
Deeper with Dave. Deeper with Dave. Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by
Can be a true artist in just about every sense of the word. I was chatting with him before the show about just all the different mediums that he's expressed through in his life, and accomplished as well. I mean, he's won an Emmy. I mean, he's from Chicago. He's from my old stomping ground. So we were also chatting about a lot of the same bars that we played at and just hung out and everything. So that's awesome to reminisce and everything. But there's one theme I see in all of your work here, man, I want to break down. I've been looking forward to this chat, which is we're not too dissimilar in this sense. Like you have all these, you know, expressions through your art that you've done at a very high level, right? So I guess what I'm getting at is how you pull them all together and whether you feel that's the right thing to do. Like whether you are striving to create one single project where every artistic expression is all blended into that one thing, or do you feel you kind of do that in small pieces already? Let's start there.
Yeah, I feel like I do it in small pieces. I feel like I just have ideas. I have different ideas about different things. Maybe I have a musical idea and I want to execute that, or I have a visual idea or film, or I just did a photo exhibition as well that came out with the music. So I wrote Love in the Sky is the name of it. And I used long exposure photography and used a light source to write love and capture it in a picture. And so I shared that as well. So it's just, I have different ideas that I want to express and like try to do something that resonates with people. And I know how to execute these ideas. And so I just move in those mediums. I think one day.
There's elements of kind of the point I'm making. I see in your bio where you say your first solo album, 7 Steps to 7, was a soundtrack to the exhibition. So you did this art exhibition with your photography, and did you just had your album kind of playing in the background as people walk through the gallery? Is that how did you integrate it?
Yeah, it was playing. It was on loop as people were walking through the gallery, and also it was just the music kind of inspired the exhibition too. So I just wanted to present it in that way and share it in that way. Yeah,
so there's this overlapping theme. I just think that's so cool. I mean, like we have so many musicians on the show, and they sometimes branch off into, you know, different forms of expression, and it's just the creative brain, man. I just love seeing like the full extent of what's inside your creative mind. I just think it's by the way, Cam, he's won an Emmy for his production work on a show called About Last Night, which is part of this NBC Chicago and the Arts and Entertainment and everything. So he's an accomplished figure with his expression. I just wanted to mention that. But you also went to Columbia in Chicago for filmmaking. So are you like, how do you approach just your daily work life? I mean, do you try and keep a central focus just in terms of like something's paying the bills, or are you just kind of like live a Zen-like existence and just go where stuff leads you?
Yeah, primarily cinematography and video editing pay the bills. I think this year, as I'm putting out the music and have this photo exhibition, I've been transitioning to other things that have been financially beneficial, but it's been mainly since I left Columbia, I've been doing film and video work and television work as my profession.
Sweet, man. So last question I got to ask you, like, have you thought about creating a documentary, I guess about yourself, man, where the soundtrack is your own music, all the art is your own art, the poetry is your words, and it's just about your life? Like that's kind of what my feeling reading through this is that, do you feel that's too egotistical to like take that step, or have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be kind of weird. I feel like I do have a lot of material.
I feel it's worthy. Like, I don't know. You've done so much. I feel like it would be like a worthy project to kind of pull all these just high level expressions into one project where it's like, man, this is me. This is what I do. Every part of it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe later on in life. I feel like I still haven't done enough. Still, maybe at another time. I do have a lot of material I've accumulated over my years. So definitely could see something happening like that, but I don't feel like doing anything like that right now.
All right, cool, man. So the website's Camovement, which is CAMOVEMENT.com. It's a pleasure chatting with you, man. And feel free to come back as a critic to critique other artists, man. That's just how we roll here.